Hey guys, so this video is going to be how I cleared up my acne. I had getting so many questions from my friends and from family like, wow, your skin looks so much better, like it used to be so bad. And my skin, honestly, until I got clear skin, I did not realize how bad my skin looked. It was awful. My parents would always describe my skin as looking like really angry. And if you guys don't notice, I have a naturally like red face. It's kind of like genetic. My mom has it too. And so does my sister sometimes. It gets even redder when I exercise. It turns purple. I will show pictures of that. It's just really, really bad. But right now I'm really confident with my skin. I just got off my period, so I do have 2 pimples on my chin, but that is basically the only time I get pimples. So this is going to be kind of my journey of how I clear my skin. So I started getting acne when I was about in, I would say 4th grade, and it wasn't like acne, it was just like a few like red like pimples and like blackheads on my nose. That was the first place I started noticing like little like pimples and blackheads. I really thought nothing of it. I started washing my face. Probably you guys have like all used it, like it used to be a trend like the Clean and Clear or like the Neutrogena with like the little like plastic microbeads in it, and it's like morning burst or like for nighttime. I do not use those anymore. They never have ever helped my skin. Now, my grandmother got me a prescription for Proactive, and my sister was using it and it helped her a little, but what really helped my sister was an antibiotic she was on for about a month, and that really cleared up her skin, and that is what I attribute most to my skin. At the time, I really wasn't embarrassed that much about my skin because I didn't really notice how bad it was, but once again, now that I see how clear my skin is now, it was really bad. It was really painful. It was everywhere. The only thing I miss about having acne though is popping pimples. I love doing that, and I will talk about how I do that later in the video. But yeah, I went to a dermatologist. The first thing I was prescribed was doxycycline. Doxycycline is an antibiotic. It is also used, I think, for like some STDs, but I did not have an STD, guys. This was for my face, and it did clear up my face pretty well. I started taking 100 milligrams, and then I was taking 100 milligrams twice a day, and now I am only taking 100 milligrams every other day because it is not safe to take antibiotics for a long time. I'm not a doctor, but that is what the doctor said, that it's not safe to take antibiotics for that long of a time. So I tried Proactive, it didn't work, so we were at the dermatologist. Doxycycline, and around this time I had also started Trinessa, which is a birth control that really helps with hormones and acne, and I do attribute a lot of my clear skin to the Trinessa and the doxycycline. I think they worked really well together. The second thing she prescribed me is a AM, I have it right here, an AM face cream. I cannot pronounce this, but I will do up close of all of these products. It says something and then benzoyl peroxide, topical gel, 1% of the word I can't pronounce and 5% of the benzoyl peroxide. These are all prescriptions I did get from the dermatologist. I think some of these might have like really, really low amounts that you can get in the drugstore, but I'm not exactly sure. Again, but this is just what really helped me. The third thing she prescribed me, 0.05% of this topical cream that was to be taken at night. Again, I cannot pronounce this, but basically, this one in the morning, this one at night. These two together killed my face. My face hated me. My face still kind of hates me for what I use now, but at least I have clear skin. But when I first started these, my face was extremely dry, and it never got better. They kept saying, you know, it would get better, but my dry skin just never got better. My skin was clearing up. I still had a few breakouts though, but my skin was just so dry that eventually I just stopped using both of them. Then I went to the dermatologist and my face was almost completely cleared. Sorry guys, but if you do hear something in the background, there is an ambulance siren. The dermatologist decided that I should just use the one at night, which was the most important one, and start using it every other day. Now this dried my face just as much, so eventually I just discontinued it altogether and just wouldn't use them. But my face was doing really well with the combination of the doxycycline and the birth control. Now I'm going to talk about what products I used with these two. So my skin is very sensitive. You should always be wearing sunscreen, but it was even more important for me to be wearing sunscreen because of the topical medications and because of the antibiotics. So this is the Cetaphil Daily Facial Moisturizing with SPF 50+. Now, I hate using sunscreen on my face because it burns so much, even if I don't have dry patches. But with the dry patches, it was horrible. I hated it. So I basically just used this one moisturizer, which I will show you. This moisturizer I used is the Estee Lauder Day Wear Matte. Moisturizer is extremely expensive, but my grandmother bought it for me and I'm so grateful for that. It has worked very well. It is a gel cream. It's a gel cream and it has a very relaxing scent, but it does, like every moisturizer, burn my face because of the dry patches. So basically one thing I had to decide is, do I want acne or do I want a dry face? And I decided I want a dry face because I can keep up with that. If I'm doing something where I want my face to be moisturized, I can just put on moisturizer about every half hour. But if I'm doing something where I don't want acne, I can't just take that acne away by doing something every once in a while. So I used this at first at night, but then I started using it both morning and night because the Cetaphil sunscreen totally, completely burned my face. It was horrible washing my face. I dreaded it. Another moisturizer that I love is the Clinique Moisture Surge. This is the 72-hour auto-replenishing hydrator. It is a gel, and the first one I used was even more of a gel. It had like bubbles in it. It came in like a tube. It looked like something from like a mad scientist office. But this one is the 72-hour one. I haven't actually used it yet, but I have used it at Kate's house, which is my best friend. She's a beauty guru, kind of lifestyle beauty guru actually. But yeah, you guys should totally check out her channel. If you want even more skincare advice, she knows so much more than I do, but this is just what helped me. So for eye cream, I get dry eyes too, even more now in winter, but this was over the summer when I was clearing my skin. I used the Cetaphil under eye cream, and I don't have it right now because I keep it in my purse along with a mini Cetaphil cream moisturizer so that I can moisturize my face throughout the day, whether that be at school or at the mall or whatever I'm doing. Now I use the Olay Eyes Deep Hydrating Eye Gel that Kate bought me. I do like this, but it does burn my eyes just because my eyes are so dry. But when it's in the summer, it does not burn my eyes nearly as much. This chapstick is my all-time favorite chapstick. Kate also got me this with the eye cream. I'm so grateful for this. It is like the best discovery, and it's actually a lip smacker chapstick. This is the Lip Smacker Kiss Therapy chapstick with SPF 30. In the scent grapefruit. Grapefruit is my favorite. I also have superfruit, but it's kind of like a weird like medicine-y taste. So I really prefer this one better. I have literally 3 right here of the grapefruit. I'm so obsessed with it. I got them off Amazon. The one place you can find them is in most Walmarts, but it took me a long time to find them, so I just ordered them off Amazon first, and then I eventually figured out that they have them in Walmart, so I bought, of course, even more They are my all-time favorite. I do use some sprays on my face. In the beginning, I use a tea tree water. It is a toner water from Lush. I don't use this on my face now just because I'm afraid of how it will react with the medicine that I'm using that I will show you in a little bit. But I do use this every time I pop my pimples. I use the little pimple popper tools. I'll show you them. I have 2 pimple popper tools. I will show you the ends. All of the ends in here are different. And the Revlon one I like to use for blackheads. And then the one that I don't know the brand of, I like to use for actual pimples, and I like to use this end for it. And I like to use the more thin end for pimples. Now, again, I use this tea tree water to clean my face, clean the skin before I use it, and to also clean the pimple poppers. I do not always do this, but it is a very good habit to get into. You have to at least clean it with rubbing alcohol because you do not want the germs to spread all over your face. Now, one thing that I need to mention that really attributed to my acne going away is I stopped wearing any type of face makeup. And I'm so grateful for clear skin now because I never feel the need to wear face makeup. If I am gonna wear face makeup, it might be like bronzer and like a little bit of highlighter, but I do not feel the need to wear concealer or foundation. If I am gonna wear concealer, I just do it on my eyelids and under my eyes because I'm very pale, my eyelid skin is thin, so I do have very, very veiny eyelids. Another spray that I use is the Body Shot Vitamin C Energizing Face Mist. I got this from Marshall's for $5.99. I love this. If my face is ever just feeling really dry or I'm really tired, I just put this on my face. It smells like oranges. I love it. It's so refreshing. And yeah, like I said, this is just what I use when I'm really tired or I feel like my skin is really dull. If I wear eye makeup, which I have not worn in a long time, I use the Micellar Cleansing Water, and I use the waterproof one. This just melts off your makeup. It doesn't take off my eyelashes. With my sensitive skin, I cannot use makeup wipes. It just tugs at the skin, makes my face really dry, and I just really dislike the feeling of it. So that's why I opt for the micellar water. I actually only wash my face about once a day or every other day, and that's been fine for me. I use the CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser for normal to dry skin. Cleanses, hydrates, and helps restore the proactive skin barrier. So I like this moisturizer. It does burn my face. Again, basically everything I put on my face burns. That's especially why I don't use face makeup. So I try to limit everything that I put on my face. So I limit to moisturizer, my acne medicine, and my cleanser. Now, the medicine I use on my face that has been helping me now, that is recommended by my dermatologist, but thankfully for you guys, it is in the drugstore, so you do not need a prescription. This is totally over the counter. This is Differin Gel. This is like the most intense thing you can buy over the counter for your face. This is 0.1% of adapalene. Adapalene was the medicine recommended by my doctor, and we just went to Walgreens by my house and we got it. And they sell it at almost every drugstore. They might not sell it at like Target, but I definitely do think most likely they will sell it at like CVS or Walgreens. Alright guys, so that is how I cleared my skin. One thing that's really important for dry skin is drinking lots of water. I'm so bad at doing that. If you guys watched my channel before, you probably know. Also, if you watched my channel from the beginning, you would also know that I did have really bad acne. My face was so red, so angry, like I said. But I'm really proud of how far I have come, and my skin has improved my mood slightly. Of course, it's not the cure-all, but it has helped me just a little bit. Alright guys, now I'm going to show you some pictures of my acne journey.